Atraxa versus Feldon. Quite an interesting match.
Feldon qui est vachement loin, ça va pas l'air facile. Franchement très très dur. Donc Léo Faka, tout à fait. Je crois qu'il y a 2 C à Faka. Ouais.
We are starting with the best turn 1 play that Feldon could bring up. It is Leo Faka, okay. Leo Faka playing Atraxa. So this is the winner of the biggest Duel Commander tournament so far. I think the Relic Tour from last year it was. End of last year, I think. This epic final of Atraxa against Slimefoot and Scree, if you remember. A Sparrow's headquarter. Followed up by a Feldon.
I feel like Force of Will is, in this kind of board set, you're not happy to see Force of Will, but like pretty okay with seeing Force of Will.
Absolutely.
Because you're very rarely going to be casting a spell that that is really worth it for the opponent to Force of Will, and like seeing a Brainstorm being cast here makes you pretty happy, I think.
I think so too. Quite a lot of pressure you're putting
to
the board.
And like the opponent has missed, oh my god, the opponent has spent 1 mana in his first 2 turns.
Yeah. It doesn't look good.
Tempo-wise, we're definitely up here.
Yeah.
So Force of Will might trade for something at some point, but if the Red Deck Wins player doesn't flood out here...
Is this an ultimate guard sleeve? Because the color looks so cool. This mint eucalyptus whatsoever.
Might be. Okay, so now we see the Force of Will. He doesn't know what to pitch yet.
Yeah.
I think is that a Toxic Delusion or is that a demonic consultation?
That's the blue force against the red force. Yeah, Force of Rage would seal the deal here, definitely. Okay, Tales of End is exiled, that's relevant. Going for combat. Why not attacking with the Goblin Guide?
Maybe he wants to... He's seeing that the opponent is struggling with mana, and he wants to... Because he brainstormed and didn't shuffle, so there's got to be a land on top of the library there. And
okay.
I think it's fair. I'm not sure if it's correct. We've missed out on 2 damage. Where the opponent has a lot of cards in hand, but maybe he wants to keep the pressure from having to exile something to the Force of Will and stuff like that down. So
I think we saw a Ghostfire Slice in the Feldon's hand, which is now activated or reduced to 1 mana due to the Oko.
True. I think we see a Chain Lightning. Yeah, there's a Chain Lightning.
That's a Ball Lightning.
Ball Lightning, not Chain Lightning. I mean, he puts him to 1.
Yeah.
If all of that goes face, which it seems like it will, and then 2 mana to crack the food, and
yeah, it doesn't look too good.
Oh, that's interesting. Look, they have direct integration of the I guess the iPad that they have there into the stream.
Yeah, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's
just probably not very easy to do.
Well, just about the technology, I think. Is there a Ghostfire Slice? I think there's a Ghostfire Slice. I mean, being at 1, the food will bring... Oh, there's an elk token? Okay. I think that's just... at that point, you just...
Yeah, I think this is probably
just
over.
looking at more information. Like, yeah, that's...
If there is a Ghostfire Slice, then they could, activate Mishra's Factory, attack with everything, and then respond if the opponent does anything.
I'm not 100% sure if it is a Ghostfire Slice, but it looked like...
Looks like there's a Searing Blood, so...
Searing Blood?
Yeah.
Or Blaze?
Searing Blood. The one that does 2 damage to a
Wow.
creature, and if it dies, 3 damage. I think that's what I
Okay.
Pour moi, il y a.
Interesting.
just saw.
Il y a enfin, j'ai pu identifier, je pense, 4 cartes.
I think for the red deck wins player, many roads lead to Rome here. So
Absolutely. I mean, we see a Snapcaster Mage.
Globalement, ouais, il y a juste. Enfin, je vois pas trop ce que.
he has no black mana to cast the Cling to Dust.
Il y en aura toujours un qui va
Yeah.
passer, sachant qu'on a 2 mana de trap quand même derrière du côté d'Hugo. Donc potentiellement un blast.
So it's still lethal at this point.
But it could be just 2 shocks. Right? Nothing special. So the Brainstorm is targeted and cast.
Yeah.
You have to find something here. Otherwise you just die by combat damage. Yep.
Yeah.
A quick one.
Du coup en demi contre Alexandre Imbert qui jouait du coup Léo Vol. Alexandre qu'on a vu juste avant à la caméra.
Otawara.
Ottawa tour 1, c'est un aveu de faiblesse parce qu'on a
And we have
probablement
a
pas de terrain.
mountain into a Kumano.
C'est sûrement pour soit un
Kumano faces Kakazan.
quelque chose du genre. C'est un Sound Scolding qu'il avait en main. Et Kumano du coup qui porte beaucoup.
What was that? Is that a temple? It seems to be some. Could be like a
Idéal, du coup, pour Hugo.
how's it called? The Checklands? It could be Checkland.
Et ça a l'air de partir sur Feldon qui va prendre son Sound Scolding. Ah non, sur Wash Away, pardon.
There's a watch away for Feldon.
Ou alors peut-être qu'il
That's
est-
very good.
J'ai peut-être vu correctement. Il y avait du Muxus à la CDF. Bonne question.
Another card that I can't
Ils ont pas mis les
identify.
stickers, donc je pense pas.
All the crazy
Ah,
artworks.
bon, voilà. Bon, yes.
And now we have Kumano, the creature flipped with haste.
Il m'a dit on essaye de s'amuser. Il n'y a pas de réussir.
Il a retenté une dernière fois. Et il a mis ça au championnat de France puisqu'il avait gagné le LTC, je crois, à Lyon.
Ouais, pas LTC du coup, le fact.
Le fact, pardon, le fact.
Allez, on colle 2 et on va prendre Orkish.
A Bowmaster.
On va juste trade le token plus 1. Après, ce qui serait risqué, ce serait de prendre removal sur le token.
Yeah, so now you ping it.
Donc double bloc, ça me paraîtrait peut-être meilleur du coup, dans le spot. On a Dame Néant.
All right, this is looking more promising for the Atraxa player.
Absolutely.
Le reste.
Je pense que tu fais quand même un simple bloc parce que si jamais il crachait le rouge, il perdait sa bête.
So that the usual thing against. I mean, Bowmaster is not that crazy in terms of recreating any more tokens against red deck wins, but
That's true.
you get to trade with the 2/2 while still having another blocker on field.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Absolutely,
good.
absolutely. There's a Ramen Up Runes as a follow-up. Bunch of cards. We see Incinerate, Unholy Heat. Either Unholy Heat or Incinerate. I hope it's Incinerate. For 1 mana. A Burst Lightning Phase. That's something you can also do at instant speed. And okay, because you want to have the light up the stage. Fair enough.
Après, il y a qu'un mana open, donc tu peux aussi en profiter pour passer des blasts, des points.
Oui, c'est vrai.
Light up the stage.
Il y a peut-être ce Mutavolt
Not light
qui
up
peut
the
avoir
night.
d'ailleurs.
So in the case,
Mutavolt, enfin,
he wanted to.
en contrôle,
I think it might have been better to not play around Mana Tithe there in case he flips 2 lands.
Yeah, true. End of turn the bolt. Quite a good flip, by the way. Land and bolt. You take it.
passe du coup à 14.
So, Atraxa down to 14.
On va sûrement lander ce Mutavolt.
The land drop is secured with
Il y a
Mutavolt.
une force of will en main du côté de Léo.
Also very welcome to have a
Force of will du coup.
manland.
Quelle édition? Je crois que c'est Ultimate Master.
C'est Dominaria Remaster.
Dominaria Remaster, tout à fait, merci. Pyroglyph.
There we have a Pyroglyph. Ah, that's worth a counterspell, I think.
Oui, tout à fait. Et ça, c'est un bon finisher. Hein. Là, il.
Enchantment.
1, 2,
Instant
3,
sorcery.
3, 4. Ah, sonnette.
Pyroglyph is one of those cards that
Sur le board.
Oh, je pense que c'est face. Hein. c'est face, autant en profiter tant qu'on peut. Après,
is included into most red aggressive or mid-rangey decks.
on met tête.
So that's a bold 2-phase with a 3/4 creature.
Je doute qu'il y a un removal qui va nous attendre. Donc je pense que c'est.
Ouais, donc vaut mieux faire la value.
Why not? Trying to resolve that one.
Une surge, qui
The
va
blocker
échouer pour
is
aller chercher de quoi
ready.
amener, j'ai l'impression. Non. On veut vraiment chercher.
We have a
les
brain
BO,
surge.
il peine pas mal avec ces terrains-là depuis le.
This card
It's
card is surprising to me in this deck.
Ouais, ça.
It's interesting how many players consider to include it.
Beaucoup de puissance.
But I think it's actually, I mean, it's the best divination you can play these days, right?
C'est super bien pour dans le cas où on se prendrait Blood Moon.
Is it?
Laisser en main, clairement.
I mean, for 3 mana, looking at 4 cards is not too bad.
Oui.
And brainstorm effects are usually quite good.
Les news de Taiwakin. Alors, je ne sais pas.
I'm not sure if the two cards in if the card in graveyard from Sauron's Ransom is better. But
Yeah, yeah.
it might be. It might be.
Also an argument.
Possiblement Yanis. Parfait.
Incroyable.
But then again, your opponent gets to choose which cards you get.
Ah, elle a fait le tour, j'ai l'impression.
Yep. And shuffling lands away and stuff like that might be much.
The only situation in which this card really hurts is against Bowmaster or Sheer Aldred or Hullbreacher, but Hullbreacher is currently not played a lot, so
On sait jamais, ça peut-être servir. On va bloquer.
not really something to worry about.
Ouais, il a pas fait le point.
Bowmaster,
Parce qu'il veut.
jump blocking the Goyf.
Adding creature to the graveyard, so the Goyf is 4/5 now.
Yes, it would be so cool if Mutawalt could have entered as a Goyf already, but that's not possible.
Il accepte du coup de se prendre ses 2 points de dégâts.
For 3 mana, we have an exquisite Firecraft,
4 dans la figure.
Which is uncounterable.
which is uncounterable. There you go, guys.
Faudrait pouvoir remove le cimetière into.
Wow.
Faire une
Going down to
photo
5.
si on veut que ça passe. Enfin, si on veut pouvoir compter. Je crois qu'il y a une solitude en main. Ouais. Ok, double fetch.
But now that's a Ghost Faceless, isn't it? I'm not sure if I would have played the Firecraft now, because I always like to use it as some kind of a trap card.
Il a pas coaché compter les. Attends, il était.
I mean, it's a sorcery, right?
We also don't have the Atraxa list. Again, it's a very competitive, highly competitive tournament, and players keep their deck lists secret.
Il reste encore au moins 2 tours, sauf si on a Messe Noire ou Temple of the False God. Ou Dreamhall.
I think so too. That Brain Search is quite a good card. Haven't played it myself yet, but
Ou sinon un basique.
it's a really cool print.
Bon, après, je pense que là, il est juste en mode bon, je vais ignorer Blood Moon et puis je vais tout droit parce que quoi qu'il arrive, si Blood Moon résout, ça risque d'être compliqué.
Ce qui est un peu étonnant, c'est que le Pyrogoyf n'est pas toujours listé dans Mono Rouge et la boule fulgurante non plus.
Oui.
Et j'ai un peu l'impression, je voudrais pas m'avancer, mais que le joueur de Mono Rouge ne joue pas Blood Moon et que les 2 slots sont boule fulgurante et Pyrogoyf.
So,
et Mage de la Lune.
going down to 3.
J'ai l'impression parce que il y a-
Bolt has been casted, Chain Lightning not,
de toute façon, les joueurs tournent autour.
but
Et pas mal de joueurs ont
the only thing you have to take care of is not getting hit by the Ramunap runes. I mean, there might be a temple into Atraxa next turn. Not the case. Untap, he
Ah, c'est Hugo.
definitely has
Il doit y avoir son frère qui est là.
an interaction for the Pyrogoyf.
Ah, une decklist Magic Lead.
Currently,
I think there's not much that's gonna.
Il joue Big Red du coup. En fait, je pense qu'il a repris la liste. Enfin, il a pris une liste à la Louis Guichard.
I mean, you can
Il va. Bon, Ball Lightning ne serait pas listé par Louis Guichard, mais.
get your opponent into a situation in which he
Ah, il joue joue beaucoup de célérité.
Yeah, there's an incinerate, for example.
Ouais,
He has to respond to that.
il y a toujours cette
You could
force
also
of will
just
parce
attack
qu'un-
first.
Voilà, force of will.
We have a force of will. Now he's going down to 2.
C'est dur.
And if he's unable to gain back life,
Et sachant
then
qu'il
the
a
Remnant
multi-wall,
Runes
donc il va
will
pouvoir
seal the
attaquer.
deal.
En tout cas, en l'état, on est bien parti pour.
So just attack.
Yeah, so he animates the Mutavault and then attacks.
Ok.
True.
Pourquoi tu
Makes
veux jouer
perfectly
comme ça
sense, I think.
Oh, never mind.
Oh no, he,
Oh,
he-
yes,
he
okay.
does it, he does it.
Pas cool pour les prochains oppos. Bah, on discute, on a une decklist, on en discute tout simplement pour aussi savoir un peu comment le joueur pourrait jouer.
Okay, so that
Solitude, est-ce qu'on a une réponse?
that does it as well.
Ah.
Keeps him alive.
Et on va pouvoir aller bloquer
Unless
And
he
it
has a
kills
shop.
both of his creatures.
S'il a removal
I mean, he's at 3. He's at 2, so
de Feldon.
letting any of this happen, if he had something, would be fatal.
Par contre, il a l'air de vouloir casser quelque chose. Il a pris un, visiblement. Non.
Est-ce qu'il a pas mis Spétal avec Ramunap? L'activation de Ramunap était pas
Ouais,
assez
c'est
suffisante.
peut-être ça. Pitch et Ghostfire Slice.
There's a Ghostfire Slice with
Ah oui, c'est pas mal.
Ouais, c'est Ghostfire Slice, c'est
A Spirit Guide.
Simian Spirit Guide prior to blocking and gaining the life.
Yep.
Ah ouais.
That seals the deal.